I think they are actually that good on offense.
Well, here we go, folks. The first match of the World Championships here. Dignitas versus 3sins. And they'll take it into the corner. Maddox with a carry. High power offense. Vaults tries to get a block. Now a bit of a back pass. Vaults now moving into the corner alongside Math. It's up high and moving over to the other side. Playing the ball keep away from Dignitas right now. Early on in the World Championship.
And they're absolutely right on the desk. It's Math and Vault. Two phenomenal players in their own right, but they do need to really get settled in fairly quickly, because you never know how you're going to perform. You can sit there and say we're monsters in scrims, but getting out on the stage is an entirely different environment.
My own study of the 3sins tape, their pass plays stood out, but will the defenses of Europe be too much for them? They're going to have to play fast and nice when they got going there a moment ago, but broken up by Yukio. The first minute of game one will come and go quietly, but so far it's been mostly 3sins on offense. Yep. This is Dignitas a little bit trapped here in their own half. Dignitas in the blue, 3sins in the orange. A best of 5 for our first few matches here in these group stage games.
There are a couple things that Dignitas will definitely have to watch out for that 3sins offense. They do have a tendency to go for a lot of quick passes that go across the box as people are rotating out of offense, and they're always seemingly ready for them. So you get a lot of shots that come at you a lot quicker than you think they might.
Astral takes a shot. Vaults has it handled just fine. Violent Panda not quite able to reach it. Astral will turn in midfield, try to slow down the advance. South Americans. Here comes Violent Panda, bumped high. This ball loose in the midfield. Astral will close the gap, and now try to get the pass across. Yukio gets the shot, and Violent Panda will tuck it in. That's 1-0 Dignitas.
That is a pretty passing play here from Dignitas. They bump Violent Panda off. Astral doesn't go for the net, though. Dishes it back across, and after landing, Yukio puts it right on his nose, and that is a great bit of misdirection from Dignitas to get that one through the defense.
All three players getting involved, and they'll take an early lead. Vaults now. Forward on the other side. Math will win the challenge in the midfield, but Violent Panda's got the clear all the way to the orange corner. Astral demolished on the push-up. Now the ball in midfield. 3sins will take over. Lofted high. Math following this one. Two players there to work with. Gets a nice pass outward. Here comes a shot, but Maddox has placed it a little bit wide and slow. Dignitas will handle it just fine, but the pressure continues. 3sins, nice rotations in the midfield to keep this one going. Maddox gets faked off. Violent Panda tries to flick one, but Math gets a handle on it, and Astral will get the save on the goal line. The pressure coming from the boys in the orange.
And you can see that fake, but they're not done yet. The pass in front.
Math puts that one away. That'll be a tie game.
A nice bit of play here, winning the challenge. Vault really doesn't do too much. He just tries to slow it down and figure out where the defense is. It's so easy to just rush that play out of the corner and go too hard and just push it right into a defender, but he gives himself that bit of extra time to read the defense, beats the last man, they get the ball through.
Dignitas has had their hands full on defense. So many solid options for 3sins, but here's another push. Violent Panda is just a bit wide. Vault will move up. It's the front line defense. Astral tries to push it through him. Now Violent Panda, a launch from the midfield. It's wide. Math will scoop it off to the edge. Now Vault onto the side wall. Astral keeps it high over the top of Maddox, and Vault's doing all the work on defense right now. He won't quite have that extension, but this one off the crossbar. Math is up, and Yukio waits him out, but Math hovers behind that ball, manages to push it through and into the blue. Defense kind of a muck here for Dignitas as the 3sins are crowding the box. Now in the corner with two players. Math will look for Vault, who's on the far side looking for boost. Instead, Maddox gets involved. Violent Panda now onto the wall once more. Yukio in tow. Astral behind as well. The three-man play set up once more. But off to the edge, it won't be anything this time. Astral through one. Maddox has the defense now to his teammate, but Yukio wins the challenge. Now Violent Panda closing in. Can he find the shot? He can. That's 2 for Violent Panda.
Yeah, they kind of get tied up here on defense for the 3sins. Maddox, it's a soft touch. Math just going for the challenge, but unfortunately the third man off grabbing boost. And you can see Math after landing, instead of trying to cover the angle, he thinks he's already got somebody back there. He goes for the other corner boost instead of trying to cut down the angle. And they unfortunately just can't close the gap.
Maddox crowded into the corner. Violent Panda nearly finds a third shot following the kickoff. Mathematics now looking on the advance. Yukio's out of boost in the air, but still a threat and respected by the 3sins defense. Now Vault and Math working together off the backboard. Astral, excellent read to move that one back out. The shooter was inbound, but Vault will keep that pressure on. The final minute of game one. Dignitas has the 1-goal lead, but the pressure has been all on the Three Sins.
It's been great from Astral as well. Just beating one guy in the midfield. It's buying that little bit of extra time for Dignitas.
Ooh, Violent Panda with a setup. Yukio looks at it, thinks about it, but respects Vault's positioning. He's been very solid in contact. Now the pass infield. Astral over the top of one. Can he find the second touch? He's off the backboard. It's dangerous, and Math finds a crazy clear. Excellent defense to keep this one within reach. 30 seconds left, and Dignitas still has the pressure on, but the Three Sins, their defense has been solid. Can they keep it going? Astral with a fake. Math now with a vault. Violent Panda's the last line of defense, and he's got the block for now. But here come the Three Sins. One bump off the backboard. The pass back out.
You got
miss from Vault. Here's Violent Panda with the punish, and that one will do it. 14 seconds left, and they're up by 2. Dignitas looking to take game one.
The beautiful counterattack, and I thought that maybe they got bumped in the midfield, but no, you're right. It was just a clean miss. And an unfortunate misread from the Three Sins. They blow a chance at an equalizer. And that means Dignitas might be able to just waltz through, barring a miracle.
The pressure of playing on this stage, a completely different environment in 2 of the players. This is the biggest stage they've ever been on. A little bit of first game nerves will be forgiven, but they're going to have to sort it out pretty quickly here. This will be game one going to Dignitas. They're going to have to do 2 more to keep staying in this upper bracket.
I think you're right. You do get a little bit of leeway here from Three Sins. And to be honest, they did show some excellent pressure and capability on offense in terms of the start of the game. A lot of good approaches. But unfortunately, it really did crumble a little bit. One defensive mishap was the go-ahead, and then right there at the end, they got beat on the counterattack because they just couldn't make the read off the backboard. An interesting thing here, 6 shots for Violent Panda, who's the guy who's really been laying it off to Astral and Yukio for shooting. So I think it's great to have Violent Panda, the guy who's been around for so long. You depend on him to take those shots, and he's been nailing them here at the start of this series.
It has been kind of a screw it, I'll do it myself season for Violent Panda, as he has commonly been the cleanup crew on any roster he's been, but now by far the most experienced player on his team. And he's looking to lead them to a victory. He's been on that stage so many times. I noticed the Three Sins, this is the first season we have had coaches allowed on the stage behind the players.
Yes.
And for Three Sins, their coach takes the middle player's headset, puts it on himself, and then he's speaking right next to the middle player.
So
but the side players can also hear very well. It's a loud environment, a loud crowd here. And it's making sure they get all the value out of those 60 seconds in between the games. So we'll be heading into game 2, moving on to Urban Central.
And the Three Sins, I mean, you look at everything they did in that game 1, and I am curious to see what adjustments they make, because you watch the offense that they're able to put together in their own region. They come out here and play against Dignitas, which, to be fair, has had a fairly leaky defense in terms of the European scene. So it's quite interesting to see them have such trouble getting the ball out of the corner when they're usually so strong in terms of getting those opportunities.
Game 1, Dignitas had to play a lot of defense at the beginning. And here at the start of game 2, man, they're all offense and they're firing hot. Yukio scores an easy one.
Great start. Maddox just trying to get a bomber over clear. Unfortunately, pings off the ceiling. Read by Astral. Yukio's right there for it. And that's 129 Ks towards the net. Good luck.
Absolute rocket. Dignitas continues their scoring streak. Three Sins, they got 1 goal in game number 1. Want to see if their high-powered offense that was so helpful in their regional league play can it hold up here on the world stage. So Yukio with a flick over 1. This one looks dangerous again. Violent Panda nearly finds a shot, but Math has the save. And now, more pressure. Astral, who's been heating up at the end of the season, and the save comes through from Vault. The defense from the Three Sins looking hot right now, as Dignitas is pulling out all their best options. That was a brutal shot from Astral.
That was a phenomenal bit of shooting, and some great rotation for the Three Sins. Matt trying to find the backboard, but Violent Panda been around the block too long to let that one slip through the cracks. And Dignitas once again pushing out.
He's got boost. Astral's got a flip reset too, but taken away. Excellent defense. Nice read, but that one, the goalie demolished. Here comes the follow-up shot, and that's a second goal.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, they'll finish it. Astral gets it. I can't believe they stopped it.
You can see Yukio. He's definitely making sure he just doesn't punch this one off the wall. Kind of gets it in the middle of the undercarriage, and it was a great attempt, but they can't recover fast enough. Astral lurking on the far corner will finish the job.
Oh, great effort from 3 Sins. Their defense has been stalwart. The one demolition really opened the gates, though, and Dignitas made it work. Took them 2 shots to do it, though. Now on the far side, can they get the scoring going? A Feels backflip, I think, maybe from Vault, or maybe he already knew he didn't have that shot, but still, they have yet to get much of a shot on goal here. Violent Panda now onto the backboard. No one's home. Astral's up first. Sends the shot home. Maddox gets in the way. Yukio with a follow-up off the backboard once more. Violent Panda's there too. Vault gets in front of it. We'll get that contest away. Now back out. Astral. Boosting the tank again. Already supersonic. Looking for the pre-read. Gets him. Now back into the box here. 2 players commit on the front line defense from 3 Sins. Violent Panda's got 1 dunked, but Maddox will be able to get that one out. Now Violent Panda the back pass to Yukio. They'll try to just hold on to ball control, but Maddox, man, just continues to find these reads. And slowly, 3 Sins is starting to get a little bit more ball control. Yeah, they're getting more ball control, but the problem is a lot of these attempts are towards the backboard, and it's usually so well defended by Dignitas. Yukio getting it back down. Violent Panda will win the challenge. Yukio's up, nobody home right now as he gets it off that corner. A very dangerous touch, but luckily for the 3 Sins, everyone on Dignitas was kind of back in their half and behind Yukio. No one was in the midfield looking for the pass. So we're approaching halftime. Dignitas has had all the control so far. Yukio another pass in. Astral with a shot, and Vault's got the block. But here comes the pressure. Violent Panda pass back across. Yukio's up for it. Upper 90. Matt's got it away. 2:20 on the clock right now. 3 Sins now looking for a counterattack. That one will get defended by Astral. Yukio beats Vault in the air, but Mathematics should be able to handle this one. It's been a wonderful job from Dignitas as well on these first touches on this approach on every challenge. They're always able to just slip it by that first line of defense for the 3 Sins, and that's so critical to how they build their offense. It's break them down, break them down, break them down, but they never get the chance to actually box them in, and this one's pushed down in front, but 2 members push it out. Violent Panda slips through the cracks, and Vault will have just enough time to poke it to the corner. Yukio gave him a little bit of space too, and Vault will take it. Now looking to press this one back down. Violent Panda has none of it. He's got it back into the corner. More people in the midfield for him to work with as well. Yukio looks for the pass to Astral, but Astral's not quite there. The pass was too far forward of his teammate. Math now, the carry over 1. Yukio in the corner, and Astral will take over. Vault just having to play positional touches right now, though. Not able to get anything going on the offense. Maddox looks for Math. There we go, but the touch is soft in the midfield. Violent Panda will have the block. 1:19 on the clock. Violent Panda tries in the 2v1. Math again just takes the lob shots from midfield. This one nearly makes it to the goal, but Yukio will handle it just fine. And now Yukio upfield, nobody home in the back. That'll be a 3rd goal Yukio puts in. 3-0 Dignitas. That's just a great read from Dignitas here. They go for the pass. It's just a little bit too far out of reach. Astral steals it away. Yukio pushing upfield, and they beat them on transition. 104. Can 3 Sins get any semblance of offense going just to get some morale back on their side? Oftentimes, these kind of end-of-the-time goals don't really seem to matter, but I feel like for 3 Sins, just getting any sort of energy on their side could really make a difference as they'll be going into Game 3 down 2-0. The task of reverse sweeping on your first outing on the world stage. Tall order. Very difficult performance. Astral puts the pressure on. Maddox out. Nice touch in the midfield to extend this play. Now Violent Panda underneath 1. Maddox moves over to the side. 3 players in the corner for 3 Sins. They're sending the whole house, but kind of to the wrong side. And now this shot from Yukio again saved. Here's a follow from Math, just barely wide and also slow. Astral now through 1 is a little bit low on boost, but he's just got to stall it out for 15 seconds as this one goes back across midfield. 3 Sins. Any goal would help, but at this point it will not help them win the game. They'll be down 2-0 as Dignitas has just kind of been normal work, normal day at the office. Yeah, a couple of great saves by Yukio in this game. Could have definitely made a difference. He was having to make them from rotating back into the midfield, and 3 Sins not giving up here at the end. They might actually get this one. A nice second touch from Astral, though, to throw him off the sin. And a double commit, and that is not a good sign. That one will do it. Yukio drifts it into the ground, and Dignitas takes their 2nd win on this stage. And for 3 Sins, there have been so many opportunities they've had to shoot, but they're struggling right now to get the power behind the ball. It seems like every one of their shots is slow enough for, especially Yukio seems to have been in the net most of the times as he put up 4 saves here. He constantly he had so much time to read and to think about what he wanted to do, and it was never really that much of a challenge.
Well, except for those 2, he had 2 very difficult saves to make in that game. And
speaking of difficult saves.
Speaking of difficult saves, there is one.
They nearly made it back to get the second one, too.
Very close.
Would have been pretty nuts, but yeah,
it was that demo that really made that difficult. But a lot of double commits from 3sins. You can see it even there. To be fair, you can understand why they double commit there. But even at the end, at 0 seconds, I mean, the 3sins, watching all the tape throughout the season, they're a team that started off with double commits, but never on offense. It was always on defense. And then as the season went on, the defense got cleaned up as the team got used to each other because they didn't have a lot of time before they formed and the season started, so it was a bit of a slow start. But the offense has always been clicking, so to see them double committing on offense is just such a surprising thing for me to see out of them.
Well, to me, I feel like that is a result of the faster level of play that a world championship and the caliber of teams that are here will create. The fact that Rocket League is a game where you do not have time to verbally communicate who is going where. It is a game about, I know where I'm supposed to be. Double commits happen when you have to make a decision too quickly and you make the wrong decision because of the speed of just the stage, the amount that draws out of people. It makes players play the best they possibly can. And is this an early goal here? Matt looks for the block and he gets it.
Oh,
he blocks Astral. And Violent Panda can't find the follow-up. What looked like a disastrous kickoff now might be a counterattack. His Vault looks for it off the backboard, gets blocked by Yukio. Here's Matt. Oh, it's too high. Does he have a second touch? He drops it in. What a play. 3sins score first.
And there's Matt. That's why you wanted to see him at the World Championship last year. Just goes up, beats Violent Panda. Astral's helpless. And a great second effort to get that one through.
But I think he got the save, too. That blocked Violent Panda's easy shot. What a performance. 3sins backs against the wall. They pull all the tools out of the closet. But now Astral's like, that's a pretty airplay you got there. I can do it too. Not quite able to make it work. Those again runs into Math in the goal. Now Yukio looks for a shot from midfield. This one easily defended, but a double commit on defense. Violent Panda looks for the pass across. Astral pops it high, and Yukio not going to be moving in just yet. This opportunity will come and go. 3sins will hold on to their lead for now.
Dignitas chomping on the corner boost, though, and actually they get all tied up. Yeah.
Off the ceiling. Yukio is a monster.
Well, it's interesting because Vault was going for the midfield, saw it, didn't spawn. They turned around, so they all go to the same corner boost, and Yukio sitting here, yeah, I know it's off the ceiling and it's hard, but they've all played themselves, and I just got to put it on target, and Yukio nails it.
Well, there was the Violent Panda to Astral pass, and I was like, oh, Yukio's moving back. He's not going to score. And he's like, hold on, wait, punk. Just watch. I got it. I'm just not taking that shot. I'm going to take the cooler one in just a second. Tie game with 4 minutes left to go in game 3. Dignitas looking to sweep this one if they can finish it off here on Manfield.
And it is good to see a player like Yukio starting off strong in the shooting department as Astral puts one off the bar. Violent Panda follows suit. Third chance. Astral can't get that one between the posts as well, but seeing Yukio start off strong with a couple of nice shots on target is a good thing, and that's back post bouncing around, and Violent Panda will clean it up.
They absolutely manhandled them for 30 seconds here. It was Yukio just lurking, waiting. They get the ball past him, but then he just crowds Math off the ball, and then it was Violent Panda and Astral all the way back down the field for the goal. What a performance. Dignitas takes the lead back.
It was quite an unfortunate bounce, too. Right off the post and came straight back to him. Thought maybe 3sins would have an opportunity to get away from that, but what can you do? Sometimes the post helps the opposition.
Ball with a nice block that sets up Maddox to push this one into the box, but no offensive presence here from the 3sins as Yukio just weaves his way through that front line defense now and gets a block on the back line. Now Violent Panda moving into the corner. Looks like Math will have control of this one. Now trying to move up across. He gets it through the front line, but Yukio on the goals got it. And now the pass back out. Violent Panda onto the backboard. Nobody really in position, but nobody up for the defense either. It looks like they may be double committed as well. And Violent Panda will try to get this one out to Astral. Astral now in the corner, lofting this around. A second touch. He puts it in front of the box, but Vault gets in the way. What a pass. And a good play from the 3sins to manage to find the block.
Still, they got to find a way to hang on to the ball, and finally maybe that bit of extra space, but even the double commit just puts 3sins right back on defense as Yukio driving across the front and putting pressure on him.
Okay, the defense does manage to come from the side angle and find a block, but one beaten. Vault slows it down. Violent Panda and Yukio has a bit of a double commit again. Dignitas getting a little antsy right now and playing a little bit faster than their means as Math puts it over one. Violent Panda not quite able to be there, but Yukio will come in from behind. and get that transition. Back down the field now, looking to pressure the defenders in the corner. Maddox beats one. Astral's got to fly back. He's got to make this block, and he does. Good pressure, one of the best options we've seen from 3 Sins in a while. Maddox now setting this up again. It'll be Yukio. They'll take that one over the top with Astral. Violent Panda rotates into the back. They are light on the pressure. One defender here. He gets Goomba stomped a little bit, but manages to take control over the top of the former world champ. And now Vault looking for the pass back down the map, looking for the tie game, and a block. The pre-flip from Astral just to hang in the air. What a stop. He had him read from a mile away.
It's right into the middle. And the shot even to the back post, I thought maybe the second chance would get through for 3 Sins. But they are keeping it close. And again, there's that close range passing, but they can't get it in between the goalposts. Just skips out to the side.
That's a lot of boost for this Dignitas roster to work with. 1:30 on the clock. Astral's up now out of the tank, but he's got the shot, and they've got to find the block. It'll be Math to Vault. Now back out. Vault also low on boost, but it gets one miss. Astral's touch off the side isn't the best. Math is there. Nice shot. Yukio can't quite reach it, and it's a tie game.
Great placement here from Math. And actually, it all goes back to Vault just not having the boost. They pulled out a Dignitas defender. They trusted him, thinking he was going to have that hit off the side wall, and then it just popped into the middle. Nobody there to contest for Dignitas. And they had to play the shot, and perfect placement gets it through the defense.
3 Sins might dodge the sweep after all, as they tie it back up here in game 3. Off the side wall, all of Dignitas was over the side, but Astral manages to stretch over. Stall out play for the moment. Now Maddox looking for the setup. It's into the box. Yukio's airborne long before Vault could get there. And now he looks for the fakes. Violent Panda tries to help him out. Astral looks for another fake, but no respect. 3 Sins just tackle outright. Now 50 seconds left on the clock. Tie game in game 3. 3 Sins trying to stay in the upper bracket of their group. The pass across to Yukio. He misses, but Violent Panda, he's still got boost to work with. Not really getting challenged either here, as it comes back down, and a crowd here from the front line of 3 Sins to break up the offensive pressure. But Astral's shot might be on target. Vault makes a stop, but Astral's back up for it. Another save from Maddox. The plays continue for 3 Sins on the defense. And now on the backside, Astral, he'll be able to tuck it away for now. But with 24 seconds left, 3 Sins is breathing down their neck.
Oh, and that's passing in the middle. Double commit here for 3 Sins. The offense really might not have much teeth here, and they might be on defense for the final seconds, but Dignitas need a little boost.
Ball back into the middle. 10 seconds left. Overtime looming on the horizon. Maddox tries to slow this down. Yukio, though, pushes it back to the box. Matt gets up and in the way. Where's Violent Panda? He's airborne for it, but gets blocked. The defense holds. Vault's got the save. The pressure's still on, but Matt now trying to maybe look on the other side. The Violent Panda keeps this going, but it's onto the edge there. They'll let it touch? No. Actually, they keep this alive somehow. Math, I think he just wants to push this into the ground, play for overtime. And no, they keep getting these passes. Astral nearly found the second touch. Yukio, does he do it? No, he bumps into Violent Panda. We'll have our first overtime of the 8th World Championships.
So here you go, 3 Sins. They're starting to adapt a little bit. They're taking the challenges. They're going for a couple of fakes, which is what Dignitas had going for them early on in the series. They're so used to 3 Sins just diving at everything.
Violent Panda beat one backboard defender, but wasn't able to set it up for a teammate. Now Yukio will look for a second one. He's out of boost. He's got to rotate out. The defense holds on. Violent Panda drops Astral. This could be the game. He gets the block, though. The blocks come through. Maddox keeps his team alive as it's into the corner.
Wow.
Now this wrap is dangerous. Maddox again on the back wall will make the play. Astral tries to slow it down. Violent Panda moves in to take over. That's a screamer to the far side, and it's just wide. Yukio, the pass back in. Violent Panda lost it past one defender. It's back down into the box. Again, 3 Sins have been just absolutely hammered on defense. And Astral's in front. There's another pass and another block. The defense continues to hold.
They're trying to just get this ball unstuck from the corner. And actually, Yukio with a big loop there. A late challenge finally means it goes out across the pitch, but it's over their head, and double commits again, but strong touch into the corner, and they might just play defense on the other side now.
Violent Panda. 2 defenders. It's constantly 2 defenders, but Maddox finally wins a crucial challenge. They fly back down the field. It's up onto the backboard. Yukio's up for it, and he gets the stop. 3 Sins, their first opportunity of offense in overtime, and they're not going to be able to do it, thwarted by Yukio. Now Yukio and Astral, dual threat here in the corner. Astral will back off. Maddox with the attempt. Takes it away from Violent Panda onto the backboard, but Astral's got him, and Violent Panda now looking for the extension. He gets it over the top of one. Onto the backboard there, further the other side of 3 Sins. 1:37 in the overtime. The midfield pass blocked. Now Maddox looking to win the game for his team. Yukio's got it over the top of Vault. Math comes in and the play is wide.
Thinking maybe Math might be able to fire a screamer, but here's a great bounce off the wall.
Well, Maddox up for it, but blocked again. Violent Panda caught very awkwardly here, and Yukio will just continue to stall. As long as they just get in the way of the ball, that's good news for Dignitas. Math now set up. They look for goalies. 3sins tried to find the bumps, but it's not there, and now a counterattack. Violent Panda out over the top of one. Astral up for it, and he pins it to the side. Not able to get a shot out of it. Maddox now looking for a counterattack.
Maddox with a slight mistouch there. He wanted a lot more power, but he just mistimed it. And actually allows Dignitas some extra time and the ball back, in fact.
Vault. Important contact to loft that above the inbound shot from Dignitas. 2.5 minutes into this overtime. Matt's passes into the midfield. Now back up from Vault. Maddox will look for it now. Math with the shot blocked by Yukio. Where is Vault? He's too far away. He was demolished, I believe, and had to spawn all the way back in his own corner. Now the pass back in. Look for the shot. Violent Panda's got it. Back up above. Astral looks for it. He's got it to Violent Panda on the edge. Vault, a little bit of a breather for just a moment. 3 players crowded up close from 3sins. They are so hungry for that first win. This is the closest they've been. Violent Panda pass to Yukio to finish it off. Oh, and it's in. That's the sweep after a brutal 3-minute overtime and so much defense. 3sins will be sent packing.
Oh, that got squirrely. Just Vault not expecting it to bounce off his teammate's car, and it sort of slows it down and lets Yukio shoot it behind the last man. An unfortunate way for it to go down, but 3sins, decent start to the series. Game 2 definitely goes Dignitas' way. And overall, you got to commend Dignitas. I mean, they boxed in 3sins so well, which, I mean, I expected 3sins to come out here and have far more success in terms of getting the pressure going, but Dignitas, well done to you. You locked it down.
I do think there's such a genuine difference of the pace that all the players will play on this stage. There's always the possibility when you're playing league play and you're playing in your home environment, the same environment you stream in and that you scrim in, that you a little bit of like, oh, I'm not taking this seriously. My mind's somewhere else. I'm thinking about what's for lunch later. None of that's going to happen on this stage. This stage brings out the best in all players. Yes. And someone like Violent Panda, who has surrounded himself with some of the best players in Europe, they're going to be playing absolutely so fast. And for 3sins, that might be a pace they have never played at before.
Well, it was quite interesting because the start of the game, 3sins were always just diving in everything. Very aggressive, always challenging, and Dignitas just started faking them. They're like, all right, fake challenge, and then it broke out. Then after that, just Dignitas making sure they get the perfect touch just to beat the first man. That was all Dignitas' game plan, was get through the first challenge, and then from there it all clicked. And like you said, it came down to pace, and they eventually tied up 3sins on defense enough to break them down.
No, but props to 3sins, too. They made it very competitive. There were no games that really got away from them. I believe game 2, there was it was 3-0, so that one started to get, but there was not a large lead at any point, and that final game, going to 3 minutes of overtime, absolutely brilliant stuff there. 3sins, a solid performance for their first start here. They'll drop to the lower bracket, not quite done here yet. And Dignitas, they'll improve to 1-0 and stay there in that uppers. And for right now, let's go back to the desk.